Hey everybody, Chris, Four Directions Bushcraft. I just got done napping this pretty cool blade, and I was gonna make a primitive knife out of it, and I was gonna bring you along with me. So I have a piece of mullein here that's pretty thick. It's about as thick as my thumb. And I'm gonna dig the pith out of the middle of this, and we're gonna attach our knife. And I'm not gonna make it this long. I'm gonna cut this down a little bit, and we're gonna attach our knife. So, or our piece of chert that I just got done napping. And I might take a little bit off and thin the bottom of that down just a little bit more. So I'm just going to take just a little bit more off. And then we'll attach it to our piece of mullein. And we'll just take some of our sap, or our pitch. Pine pitch is what I should call it. We're going to put a little bit in that. I'm going to get some charcoal to put in there. I'm not going to put anything fibrous in it. A lot of people put deer droppings and animal droppings, something fibrous in there. You can even put dried grass or anything else. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to mix up my charcoal really fine, and then I'm going to add my charcoal to my pine once I clean it out. So our pine is melting. See all the dirt in it and everything? I'm going to end up taking that out once it melts. Now I don't want to put this over the open flame because it's highly flammable. In another video I'm going to do some matchsticks and some glue also. This is how you make pine pitch glue, and you can make some fire starters, matchsticks with this. It smells awesome. I love it. I love the smell of pine. But so I just got my charcoal here, and I'm just going to keep this off of the fire just for a little bit. I want it to heat up slow. So I'm going to let that melt just a little bit right there. So I'm just going to grind this charcoal up real fine as I can get it, and it's going to take a while. When you do this over a campfire, you want to put out your fire. Just use the coals, because it will catch. Done it with me before plenty of times. This is obviously what you know, your fat wood and everything else is impregnated with, is this oil. So now I'm just filtering out kind of all the ants. Ants love this stuff, so they get all over the tree, and all of the pine needles. If you get any of this on your clothes, you can forget about getting it out. It'll stay in there. So I just want to clean it up, try to get as much out of it as I can. This is how I'm going to get it off my knife too, is just to heat it up and kind of wipe it off. So all that pine that I collected, and it's got all that dirt in it, see? Bark and dirt. So you got to harvest kind of a lot of it to get a little. Some people use water. They'll dip this in, you know, they'll put it around their stick, and then they'll use water to cool it down. It is water resistant, obviously. So this will be our glue, and I will just let this cool down. I think I'm going to add just a little more charcoal to it. Mix it up real good, and that'll be our glue. I added 2 parts charcoal to 1 part pine to make the pine pitch. It was just a little too runny and everything for me. So that's how you make your glue. You can make glue sticks by rolling, obviously using the stick itself. I'm just gonna leave it in here for now. I probably want this skinnier end because my blade is not that big. So I'm gonna use the skinnier end. I'm gonna make it just big enough for my hand. So I'm probably gonna cut it here, somewhere around here with my knife. I'm gonna lose a little off the top. So I'll cut it around here. Alright, so what we're gonna do is take our knife, come up the center of that. That's where we're gonna put our blade. So I have a cut right up the center of that. I'm gonna go to 1/4 of an inch over this way, 1/4 over the other way, and I'm just gonna keep repeating that upward cutting motion. So when I think I have enough cuts, I just come back and I cut the other way, and it'll cut them out of there. So I want it to be a little bit deeper than the blade itself because I want to put some pitch down there to secure it. So I have all those cuts right there. Now I just come through and I go the other way and I cut the bottom out of all of them. And you see how that notches it out there. So I'll do that on that side and I'll do it on that side, and then I'll show you how it turns out. A little bit wider than my notch, so no big deal, just take that pith out of there. That's what's good about working with mullein. You got a lot of room to give with it. I made some arrow shafts out of mullein too. I'll do a video on that later. They're not as durable to shoot, obviously. They break really easy. But it was easy to pith them out and use the center. I actually just hung those ones on the wall, but to make a survival knife, or this will work. To make something that's gonna last, you know, rose bush branches work really well. Chokecherry branches, willow, something like that. You know, smooth sumac also has a pithy center or a hollow center, and that might work too. Our knife sits in there now. Now all we got to do is glue it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of it and I'm just going to force it down that hole there, our notch. I'm going to try to do it as neat as possible. I want to also try to work a little fast too, because it's going to dry and harden really quick. But the cooler it gets, the more I can form it with my own hands as well. It's a little warm now, and you don't want to get it on you when it's too hot. You can't get it off, so it's like tar. So I want to make sure I can get it in there. And I just want some pitch in there. Now I'm just going to pack it around the sides. Really simple. And this stuff hardens really, really quick. I just dropped that piece. If you can get it to the temperature where you can form it with your fingers, it's a little easier. This is still a little hot. And then I just keep folding it around, folding it on itself, and pushing it in there. It's still a little warm on my fingers, so I'm kind of working with it really gently. And then I'll just pack it in there. But it's at that temperature where I can stand how warm it is. You know, it's not burning me, obviously. So I can also form it really, really well. I'm gonna put some on the top too. Kind of heat it up a little, and that'll help form it. Press it in there with your knife. I'll just start it down here, like this. And then I'm just gonna wrap up and over the knife and back down on itself so it binds on itself. And then again. And then I'm gonna go down the other way, around, around it again, and then back up on the edge of the blade there. Now it is sharp there, but I'm gonna do it twice. To make sure the sinew doesn't get cut. And then it's around the blade again. And up over the back of the knife again. And you just keep wrapping it. This is the artificial sinew. I wish I had some real sinew, but I don't right now. So you're almost not going to be able to see the pine pitch when I'm done. And I just cut that off. And smooth it down. Kind of press it down. And there it is. Thanks for your views, your comments, and support. And we'll see you on the next one.